Irashaimase. Hello and welcome to Fitaurus Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fitaurus. It's time for the usual weekly gaming menu, but since there's such a light release schedule for this week, we're going to be doing things just a little bit differently. But first, let's get cooking and see what we do have on the schedule. So there's actually one title that's going to releasing this week, and that's Beatsplosion for Kinect for the Xbox One. It looks like a fun little rhythm ninja beat 'em up title where you're going and punching things with your body according to the beat. So if you're into those kind of motion games, I think this one might be worth going and checking out, as the trailer made it go and look a lot of fun. But that's really all that's going to releasing this week. With that out of the way, let's move on to my own personal gaming menu. As far as what I'm going to go and be playing for the next week or so, it's relatively unchanged from the last couple weeks. It's basically the titles you go and see here behind me. Code Realize, Yakuza 5, and Legend of Heroes, either Trails in the Sky or Trails of Cold Steel. Those ones will probably be getting played back and forth somewhat frequently for the next little while. I wanted to spend some time actually going and talking about Christmas presents. We are, as gamers, I'm sure we all hope to go and find games under the Christmas tree, so I'm going to go and share some of the games that I went and received as presents, and if you're interested, I would love to go and hear what you went and received as far as games are concerned in the comments below as well. Feel free to go and share those with me. So one of the games I went and received was codenamed Steam for the 3DS. This one is an interesting action turn-based strategy title where you go and move your characters around when their turn goes and comes around in a third-person perspective, very similar to Valkyria Chronicles. I went and enjoyed the demo a fair bit, but the game itself was reported as going to having a few issues as far as timing and that sort of thing was concerned, but they've since patched it to go and fix some of those problems. I'm really looking forward to going and giving this one a playthrough. In addition to that one, along the lines of strategy titles, I also went and got Disgaea 5. So if you haven't gone and played a Disgaea title before, I would recommend going and giving the franchise a look at if you're a fan of strategy games. They are really meaty, very mechanic heavy games though, so they're not for the faint of heart, but I highly go and recommend them. Especially the fourth entrant in the series was a lot of fun. The characters in that one totally made it for me. I'm hoping that that's the case with Disgaea 5 as well. I'm really looking forward to going and playing this one. And then I also went and received Sword Art Online Lost Song. So this one's more of an action RPG that goes and takes place in the Sword Art Online universe, well specifically Alfheim Online universe, where you're going and playing Kirito as, or your own avatar that is the role of Kirito, as well as all the other characters in Sword Art Online, and going and fighting through an original story that's unique to the game. It's one that I've been interested in, and it's another one that I'm really thrilled to go and have, and I'm looking forward to going and playing. As you know, the thought of going and having an action RPG where you're flying around and taking out enemies in the sky is very appealing to me. And I also went and got a PSN card that I went and used to go and pick up the PlayStation 2 Classic for the PlayStation 4, Fantavision, and also the fifth episode in the Minecraft, or not the fifth, sorry, the fourth episode of Minecraft Story Mode, which was definitely enjoyable to go and play through, although I won't say more than that since, you know, that would be spoilerific. So that's what I went and received as far as gaming gifts were concerned for this Christmas. As I said before, if you're interested in going and sharing what you went and received, I'd love to hear from you. Well, that'll basically go and wrap it up for this week's gaming menu. Thank you so much for coming out and joining me. I hope you went and had a great Christmas, and I hope you go and have an even more awesome New Year's. So that being the case, we'll go and see you next week in 2016.